decision away from the jury entirely and reach a verdict then and there. This motion was ultimately denied. And then,
Your Honor, after consulting with our client, the defense rests.
The defense decided to rest its case at 1:04 this afternoon, calling no witnesses. The jury was ordered to return on Monday for further instruction. Claire Scott, KSL News Radio.
The Salt Lake City Police Department says it solved a 33-year-old cold case murder. 35-year-old Teresa Morlock was killed in 1993, and now there's finally been an arrest. James Wallace Peterson III now faces first-degree murder charges. Morlock was killed in a South Redwood Road apartment after what appeared to have been a struggle. KSL is appealing a judge's decision to close a key hearing in a death penalty case that would be closed to the public. Doug Lovell's attorneys will be in court tomorrow on a matter apparently related to who's representing him. But because that hearing and documents related to it have been sealed, we really don't know for sure what's going to be discussed. Here's the host of the KSL podcast, Cold, Dave Cawley.
We in the news media are there not because we just have our own curiosity, but it's because we are proxy for the public. We are the eyes and ears of the public to be in these open court hearings to let people know what's going on. And when you have a judge shut down a public access to a court hearing like this, it deprives the public of their right to know.
Lovell was originally sentenced to die in 1993 for the murder in 1985, the kidnapping and rape of Joyce Yost. He's awaiting a new sentencing hearing on his most recent appeal, so his sentence for the moment is on hold. KSL News Time 3:02. Our top national story, a 45-minute drive from the LDS church where 5 people were killed. There was an attack on a Jewish temple this morning. An eerily familiar scenario. A vehicle drove straight into a synagogue.
Authorities tell ABC News the suspect intentionally drove their vehicle around security barriers and then crashed into the front doors of Temple Israel, causing a fire. Security then opened fire. Bloomfield County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says it comes as law enforcement has been on high alert amid the conflict in Iran.
We've been talking for 2 weeks about the potential, sadly, of this happening, so there was no lack of preparation.
Police in New York City and elsewhere are currently stepping up patrols at synagogues. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
The Oakland County, Michigan Sheriff says there is a school inside that temple.
We have no victims other than one of the lead security people was hit by the car and was taken to the hospital for treatment. That individual should be okay.
Police say the suspect is dead. There are no other fatalities in the incident. In Detroit, ABC affiliate WXYZ spoke to former FBI Special Agent Andy Arena about how this incident compares to the shooting at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints meeting house in Michigan last year. Arena says that while the attacks look similar, the motive here is still unclear.
The law enforcement doesn't want to make the mistake of, focusing in on one potential motive. They want to look at every possibility here.
Arena says that it could have been a hate crime, but it also could have been a random attack. He says that cars have become weapons in recent years, whether for breaching buildings or attacking people, and that this type of attack isn't anything new. KSL News Time 3:04. KSL Sports. BYU did it yesterday, beating West Virginia, propelling them to the quarterfinals against Houston this afternoon. KSL Sports Zone's Alex Keary says this one's going to be an uphill battle, and a third win is not super likely.
Houston hasn't played yet in the tournament. They got 2 first-round byes. They're fresh. They're ready to go. The advantage that BYU has is they are just playing, and they're playing loose, and they're just going. I mean, it's all gravy at this point. Nothing is expected for them to be able to have to win this game. I don't think that that's the expectation by the fan base necessarily. You love to see it, and the upsets could happen.
But even so, he says the Cougars, with these first 2 wins, well, it puts them in a great spot leading up to the NCAA tournament this month. You can listen to this afternoon's game live. The pregame is at 4 o'clock, tip-off at 5, right here on KSL News Radio. The Utes' new football coach has made a big donation. Morgan Scally has gifted $2 million to the football program. His first year at the helm, Scally says he wants to do something for the program that's been such a big part of his life. The Utes spring camp begins next week. It's football season. KSL News Time 3:06. We have first look traffic on a Thursday afternoon. Ricky Meach. What's your name again?
You can call me Ricky.
Ricky's watching over things. Hey.
Hey, we are off to a little bit of a crowded start already. Early onset slowing setting in on southbound I-15, approaching 2100 South, and again between 53rd and Midvale. Murray to Midvale at 7200 South, the usual spot of slowing. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Shark sightings. Stay here. My Minute of News is on the way. Next.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that can make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 801-896-9622. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be six figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 801-896-9622. 801-896-9622.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
Utah's largest sportsman's expo for the entire family is back Thursday through Sunday at Mountain America Expo Center. Discover your next adventure. Buy the latest gear, book a trip, learn tips at dozens of free seminars at the Adventure Theater, Dog Arena, and new Campfire Theater. Bring your kids to the Giant Youth Fair. Your life outdoors, Thursday through Sunday at Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy. Youth under 16 enter free. More info at sportsexpos.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Wilson with Any Hour Services, and if you have a drain that's clogged or backed up, after you've tried the plungers and products, the next step usually involves some kind of drain snake or cabling equipment. You see, sometimes the blockage is far enough down the line that you need special equipment that most homeowners just don't have. That's where the Drains Department at Any Hour Services can help. A drain snake can clear most blockages and get the water flowing again, and clearing blocked drains is what our Drains Department does day in and day out. So if you're a homeowner with a drain line that's clogged or backed up and you'd like one of our drain technicians to come and snake the line for you, it's only $29. Yep, you heard that right. Any Hour Services will snake any drain line with normal access for only $29. Sinks, showers, tubs, toilets, floor drains, laundry drains, even that sewer main line that connects to the city. We'll snake any line for just $29. For help with your drain issues, call Any Hour Services at 801-443-7700. You can Google Any Hour Services. You can even schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
This is My Minute of News, brought to you by Any Hour Services, electrical, plumbing, heating, and air, anyhourservices.com. Ever come up with a genius idea? I know, a Wi-Fi tea kettle. Yeah, it sends a message to your phone when the water boils, and somebody will say, oh man, you should go on Shark Tank. Well, folks, think twice.
The Sharks are back in an all-new season of Shark Tank, where hopeful entrepreneurs from across the country...
You've seen the TV show, and you probably heard some of the success stories, entrepreneurs who made it big thanks to the now famous sharks. But while some business minnows successfully swim with the sharks and take a bite out of the American dream, others have a different experience. The Wall Street Journal reports the downside of Shark Tank is that the show spawns imitators. For instance, the founder of Simple Sugars went on Shark Tank when she was 18.
My name is Lainey Lazari. I'm 18 years old.
Lainey Lazani's product is a sugar scrub that helps relieve the pain and itch of eczema.
I'm seeking $100,000 in exchange for 10% equity.
Well, Mark Cuban invested $100,000.
Mark, I would love to accept your offer.
That's what I like to hear.
And kaboom! She got $250,000 worth of orders the very night the episode was on TV. And within 5 weeks, people were selling knockoffs, with online ads claiming they were on Shark Tank. Lainey had to spend her newfound profits on lawyers. Pop pacifiers. Ever hear of them? It's a binky that closes up when it hits the ground. Genius idea. The sharks invested, and almost immediately the knockoffs were inbound from China. This is a big, costly headache for the budding business tycoons who go on the show, but regret the appearance? Nah. Years later, Lainey Lazani is so successful, she even gives TED Talks.
If you want to see change, you have to be that change.
Her company is now worth $10 million. Sharks don't swim backward.
Jeff Kaplan's Minute of News, only on KSL News Radio.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Earn 4.24% on savings at UCCU.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
We had an accident on the southbound side of I-15 approaching 146 South. It was out of traffic on the shoulder and it has just cleared. But now on the northbound side, a crash in that same location, again on the left shoulder up against the barrier. You will see slowing on southbound I-15 from Murray to Midvale, 5300 to 7200 South, and northbound I-15 approaching the Bangor Highway exit in Draper, and again from 2100 South up to almost the 6th South exit. Your east side freeways all clear. If you're trying to get into Davis and Weber County, just one spot of slowing on I-15, and it's northbound as you're approaching the North Interchange in North Salt Lake. Eric?
A little bit slow on 500 West in Provo, southbound from Utah Valley Regional Hospital down to Center Street. The thickest spot will be right at that Center Street intersection. I-15, if you're heading down to Provo from Point of the Mountain, you're looking at a 20-minute drive. And getting over to the freeway from the Saratoga Springs, you do have a little bit of slowing right as you get closer to the freeway. That's eastbound, approaching Mill Pond Road. If your roof needs repair or replacement, do it now during S&S Roofing's huge spring sale. Flexible financing options available. Get the best value on the highest quality roofing job. Get a quote today at snsroofingutah.com. Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
Warm weather returns to the Wasatch today. I've got a high of 67 degrees with a bit of a west breeze, mostly sunny skies. Overnight, we'll go to 44, but rebounding to 69. We might even see a 70 tomorrow, partly cloudy. Mostly cloudy and 65 by Saturday afternoon. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
We've made it to 68 in Salt Lake City. A car barreled into a West Valley home this morning. We have details on the way. Stay with us. We're streaming live on the KSL News Radio app. You can listen on your phone. This is Utah's news, traffic, and weather station. I hope you have a chance to soak up the sun. I have some good news for you today. Pay attention, pull over, whatever. American Home Loans has lowered their mortgage rates to only 5.5% on 30-year loans and 4 3/4 for 15 years. Yes, 5.5% fixed. But wait, what if rates go down again? No problem. Once you're a customer with American Home Loans, you don't have to worry about paying closing costs every time you refinance. That's right. Every time rates drop by 0.25% or more, they'll refinance you at no cost to you. Zero, zilch, nada. For details, call 801-262-2221. 262-2221. So now you can purchase a home or refinance at only 5.5% on 30 years and 4 3/4 on 15 years. And then if rates drop later, you can refinance at no cost to you. Call American Home Loans at 801-262-2221. 262-2221 or go to AmericanHomeLoans.com. AmericanHomeLoans.com. And MLS 245422 APR 5.8 30-year and 5% 15-year. Terms and conditions apply.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 801-207-9900. That's 801-207-9900.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
KSL News Time, 3:16. The three things you need to know this hour. First,
Corey Richard's defense rested today without calling any witnesses to the stand. The jury has been instructed to discuss the case with no one until they meet again on Monday. I'm KSL News Radio's Claire Scott.
Second, the Utah legislature's approved funding for the Financial Crimes Intelligence Center. It's going to focus on cracking down on cybercrime in the state of Utah. Third, our biggest traffic trouble spot.
Salt Lake City PD have been working to clean up a crash downtown at State Street and 5th South. And delays already trying to get into Draper from northbound I-15. This is at Bangerter Highway's exit, especially in those two right lanes. Expect some backups. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Much warmer today with a bit of a breeze. I'm Matt Johnson.
68 at the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios now. Our top national stories on KSL.
From Abbeville, Michigan, outside Detroit, after responding to an incident involving a vehicle that drove into a synagogue. Police say the suspect is dead after a shootout with security. ABC's Aaron Kotursky has more.
It's believed that he was shot and killed by synagogue security personnel immediately after ramming his vehicle into the front door of the synagogue. But it's now believed that the person who drove the vehicle into the synagogue, causing the fire, is dead.
Authorities say the Temple Israel Guard was injured, but no one else was harmed. President Trump speaking at a Women's History Month event at the White House, responding to the incident.
It's a terrible thing, but it goes on.
A separate incident today in Virginia. Police in Norfolk say a gunman is dead after opening fire at Old Dominion University, killing one person and injuring two others. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
The on-campus shooting happened inside an ROTC class at Old Dominion University. An Army official says members of that class, training to become officers, fought the shooter. The FBI has identified him as 36-year-old Mohammed Jallo, a former National Guardsman who pleaded guilty nearly a decade ago to providing material support to ISIS. He was sentenced to serve 11 years in federal prison, but he was released early in late 2024.
The U.S. on heightened alert due to the ongoing war in Iran. The new supreme leader of Iran issuing his first purported statement, but the son of the late Ayatollah killed in earlier strikes has not been seen publicly. ABC News contributor and former CIA officer Darrell Blocker says his absence raises questions.
The on-campus shooting happened inside an ROTC class.
He says he finds it odd that the first address from the newly elected Supreme Leader would be read on state TV by a woman. The Supreme Leader's statement says the Strait of Hormuz would remain closed to oil traffic. You're listening to ABC News.
KSL News Time, 3:19. A father and daughter are now trying to figure out what comes next after a car plowed into their West Valley home this morning. Details from KSL News Radio's Adam Small.
A small hatchback ended up driving over the front lawn and clean through the exterior wall into the family room of this home near 4100 South, just off of Mountain View. Now there's a gaping hole, a huge pile of cement, wood, and insulation, and two people now looking for a place to go until it's safe to come back.
It's my forever home, and so it's just heartbreaking and I think overwhelming.
25-year-old Angelica Rodriguez tells me she's lived here her whole life with her dad and with her mom before she passed away.
It seems a little more materialistic, I think, but it's just like a lot of memories and I think tied to my mom, which makes it also much harder.
Though she says she's just glad she, her dad, and her dog were not hurt.
There's a lot going on in our lives right now, but that's okay. We'll be okay. We always are.
The driver of the car was taken to the hospital. Police say they don't suspect any criminal wrongdoing. In West Valley City, Adam Small, KSL News Radio.
KSL News Time, 3:20. Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Direct deposit gets you $300. Love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
We do have a small accident northbound I-15 going from Bluffdale to Draper, about 146 south. It is over to the left, but it's really heavy today from that stretch at 146 South up to Bangerter Highway. If you're continuing northbound I-15, crowded and slow 2100 South to the downtown exit. Looking good on the east side freeways of I-215 and I-80, but southbound I-15 already seeing some slowdowns. This is going to be from 4500 South Murray into Midvale. You're back to the posted limit by the time you reach 90th South in Sandy. Your major roadways in Davis County, well, it's I-15 with a couple of slow spots. Southbound, it's Riverdale to Roy, and northbound, it's approaching North Salt Lake at the North Interchange. Eric?
By and large, westbound I-80 and 201 trying to get out of the valley and going over towards Tooele County, for instance, looking good. But you do have a little bit of slowdowns both directions on 201 at 7200 west in Magna. And if you're eastbound near the airport on I-80 to go south on 215, that transition ramp is slow as it generally is this time of day. I-15 in Utah County looking good right now, northbound and southbound. Upgrade your water with Culligan with top quality systems for homes and businesses, softeners, filtration, bottle-free coolers, and bottled water delivery. Local experts, trusted solutions. Visit CulliganSLC.com. Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL 7-day forecast is predominantly comprised of 60s and 70s, but we do have a bit of a cool down. Here we go, 67 today, mostly sunny skies. It'll feel quite nice and a little bit breezy. Breezy again tomorrow, 69, partly cloudy skies. You head into Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65. Cool front Sunday morning, mostly cloudy, 50 degrees. Partly cloudy, 65 on Monday. Tuesday, 74. Record-breaking heat next Wednesday, 79. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
We have a breeze, but it doesn't spoil the temperature. It's 68 in Salt Lake City. Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful.
Caplan's afternoon news, only on KSL News Radio.
I can't get enough of you, baby. I can't get enough of you, baby. Yes, it's true. Baby, yes, it's true. Whenever we kiss, I get the feeling like
Basketball fans, you're getting ready to fill out your brackets, but before you do, remember the home court advantage in hoops and in the window business. Advanced Window Products has been building windows here in Utah since 1986. Custom windows crafted for Utah's unique climate, and right now they're celebrating March Window Mania when you call. They're going to take $2,500 off your quote when you buy 10 windows or more. If your windows are losing in the fourth quarter, make a fast break to your phone, and I promise you're going to save even 30-40% on state-of-the-art windows because Advanced sells factory direct. There's no middleman, and you save money. They'll build your windows, they'll install your windows, and they'll guarantee them for life. And they make it affordable. March Window Mania is on with financing as low as $150 a month. So go with the champions who've been building windows here in Utah for 40 years. They have thousands of satisfied customers. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Or go to advancedwindows.com.
Did you know your baby might need their first dental visit sooner than you think? Did you know your baby should visit the dentist after their first tooth appears or by their first birthday? Keep your family healthy. Your smile matters. Babies can get cavities as soon as they have teeth. Bad bacteria can be transferred to a baby's mouth through unwashed spoons or pacifiers. Pacifiers dipped in sugar or sweetened drinks can also cause cavities. Prevention begins by using a small, soft toothbrush and a little fluoride toothpaste. Grain of rice size ages 1 to 2 and a pea size ages 3 to 6. Practice with your baby before their first dental exam. A dental professional can give you the best advice to keep your baby healthy and smiling. If you don't have a dentist, visit YourSmileUtah.org for more information on community dental services. This message brought to you by Utah Oral Health Coalition, Utah Dental Association, University of Utah School of Dentistry, the Utah Department of Health and Human Services, and other Utah health partners. Remember, a healthy smile means a healthier life.
Your smile matters.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that can make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 801-896-9622. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be six figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 801-896-9622. 801-896-9622.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
We're watching Utah's money. Brent crude oil is back over $100 a barrel, and the market did not like this today. The Dow is down. The S&P fell 103 points, and the Nasdaq tumbled 404.
This is Derek Miller speaking on business. Based in Salt Lake City, RSG Performance helps leaders and teams excel under pressure. Using behavioral science, mindfulness, and performance strategies, they improve decision-making, collaboration, and overall effectiveness, guiding organizations to thrive. Here to share insights is co-founder Brad Manuel.
Most of us assume leadership is about having all the answers. But lately, we've been noticing something different. The leaders who are truly effective aren't rushing to fix everything. They're slowing down and paying attention to what's actually happening first. Noticing when a team feels tense instead of engaged. Noticing when reactions come from habit rather than intention. Noticing when busy quietly replaces effective. Here's a simple experiment for anyone listening today. Before your next meeting, pause for 10 seconds and ask yourself one question. What's the temperature in the room right now? Not the agenda, not the outcome, the human temperature. Because awareness changes behavior faster than motivation ever will. The best leaders don't always have to move first. Sometimes, the most powerful move is simply to slow down, pay attention, and see clearly. That moment of clarity can transform how the team thinks, feels, and performs.
To learn more about approaches like these and how they can transform your team, visit rsgperformance.com. Their tools and insights help leaders slow down, see clearly, and create engaging environments. I'm Derek Miller with the Salt Lake Chamber, speaking on business.
Join KSL's Amanda Dixon tomorrow from 3 to 5 at the Salt Lake NPS store, 1600 Empire Road, npsstore.com.
Grand Staircase Escalante is under attack. Utah politicians are hastily racing to dismantle protections for this special place, one of America's most treasured national monuments and an important part of southern Utah's economy. An overwhelming majority of Utahns support protecting the Grand Staircase for future generations. Yet our voices are being ignored by those meant to represent us. Now's the moment to speak up. Learn more about this attack and what could permanently be lost at suwa.org. Paid for by Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance.
Who is Farm Bureau Financial Services? At our core, we're relationship builders. We're home and auto bundlers, life insurers, farm and ranch protectors, and retirement planners. We're neighbors, community members, and friends. We're the people you can count on now and for years to come. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Up to $500 for loan transfers. Love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
I-15 delays already waiting for you if you're traveling south. Bigger delays at Murray into Midvale, 45th South, almost to 90th South Sandy. Then northbound I-15 bogged down going from Bluffdale up to Draper at Bangerter Highway, and more heavy and slow traffic between 33rd South and the 6th South exit downtown. Eric?
I-15 looking smooth in Utah County. When you need the financial products and services for every stage of life, Cypress Credit Union is there for whatever the future holds. Visit cypresscu.com today. Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
With the jet stream parked just to the north of Utah, we'll see some breezy winds today and a high of 67, mostly sunny skies. 69 tomorrow, pushing 70 on your Friday, partly cloudy and a bit breezy. We then cool it to 65 on Saturday, mostly cloudy skies. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
65 in Ogden and Provo, sunshine, and 67 degrees.
You're listening to Jeff Caplan's Afternoon News
on KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM
and 1160 AM.
Good afternoon, 3:30 at KSL. Jeff Caplan here. We're at 68 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour breeze. KSL's top story. Despite pushback from the public, Salt Lake City leaders are recommending major changes to the area that surrounds Smith's Ballpark. KSL News Radio's Don Brinkerhoff breaks it down.
For nearly 2 hours, the commissioners and public debated about green space.
I don't think this design is adequate for the connecting to the needs of the neighborhood and the vision overwhelmingly expressed by the community.
Commissioner Amy Berry says the community has repeatedly asked for more green space, but the city's proposal doesn't provide that. Commissioner Jeffrey Barrett disagrees.
We go from a 15-acre site with no public green space to a 15-acre site with 2 parks and daylighted creeks and a lot more trees.
The commission is recommending the zoning change to the Salt Lake City Council, who will make the final decision. The zoning change would allow buildings up to 150 feet, a hotel, and high-density housing. Don Brinkerhoff, KSL News Radio.
Tonight, that same planning commission is also going to discuss a proposal that would change zoning rules and give low-density neighborhoods more freedom in how they use their property. Housing advocate Turner Bitton says that a lot size restriction is one of the biggest barriers to affordability.
The proposal expanding housing options really gets at the heart of one of the fundamental issues in Salt Lake City, which is that most of our residential land is not allowed to be built out in terms of housing to its highest potential.
He says the bill is a pathway to new ownership opportunities and can help achieve the council's goal of getting more families back downtown. America's largest online university is moving its headquarters to Salt Lake City. Western Governors University serves nearly 190,000 students all over the country. The school's current administrative offices are in Mill Creek. They say the move to downtown will be a major expansion. The headquarters is going to be on the same block as the Sheraton Hotel. KSL News Time 3:32. Our top national story, in a violent attack that mimics the shooting at a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints meeting house in Michigan. There was an attack on a Jewish temple 45 minutes away this morning. A driver rammed his vehicle into the building. That suspect was killed, and no one inside the building was hurt. Here's Michigan State Senator Jeremy Allen Moss, who's part of the Jewish community.
This is the largest Reform synagogue in America. Everybody knows somebody who worships there, may have had a child there today. And so there's so many Jewish institutions right around the corner, schools, our Federation building, other synagogues, and everybody was checking in on everybody.
The driver who crashed into the front door made his way around security barriers, but there were no fatalities. A security guard suffered a minor injury. This all happened in West Bloomfield, Michigan. There was quick reaction to the attack from the Trump administration.
We are hearing from members of his administration. We are hearing from FBI Director Kash Patel saying that FBI personnel are on the scene with partners in Michigan and responding to the apparent vehicle ramming and active shooter situation out of Temple Israel Synagogue in West Bloomfield Township, Michigan. We also are hearing from Attorney General Pam Bondi saying that the FBI and ATF agents are on the scene assisting local authorities, adding, quote, please pray.
News Nation's Kelly Meyer there. Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer calls the attack heartbreaking. This morning, one person was killed when a gunman opened fire at Old Dominion University in Virginia. The FBI say the shooter was a former Army National Guardsman who was convicted of supporting ISIS.
One of the 3 victims has been killed. The other 2 are in stable condition. The shooter in this case also killed. We just heard from FBI Director Kash Patel, who released a statement thanking students. That he actually credits them for subduing the gunman. And he also says that the FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism.
ABC's Christiane Cordero. A Lyft driver is accused of sexually abusing a female passenger last month. Police say Alex Outson had picked up the woman from a Salt Lake City bar just after midnight, February 1st. When they arrived at her home, police say he asked for her phone number and then took her hands and put them on himself. Outson has now been charged with forcible sexual abuse. Utah Attorney General Derek Brown says the state will be cracking down hard on financial crimes. KSL News Radio's Cameron Elliott with the story.
The Utah legislature has approved funding for the Financial Crimes Intelligence Center. The center, according to AG Derek Brown, would allow for increased communication between agencies to tackle financial crimes quickly and effectively.
Ultimately, that's the goal, is to have a one-stop shop where we can really go after these folks and, we won't suffer from a lack of communication anymore.
AG Brown says the center will be a place where legislative figures and law enforcement can have open lines of communication to break down these rapidly evolving scam techniques. Cameron Elliott, KSL News Radio.
KSL News Time, 3:35. Let's check the trip. Ricky Meese is here. We have first look traffic and...
Jeff, it's starting to get a little bumpy out there. We have more delays, but also a new crash northbound I-15. This is as you're approaching 2100 South, and they are blocking the HOV lane of travel. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Thanks, Ricky. My Minute of News is on the way next. Stay right here.
Stop for a moment and think about this. Do you know how much money in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Or will the government take a bigger chunk than you thought? Remember, you still might owe taxes on that money. But do you have a plan to help make sure you don't pay more than you should? At Capital Wealth Advisors, we believe you deserve to keep more of what you've earned, which is why we're here to help you navigate the confusing world of retirement taxes. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be this low forever. So call the Capital Wealth Advisors team today so you don't miss out on this opportunity. 801-210-5500. That's 801-210-5500. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you keep it. Capital Wealth Advisors, 801-210-5500. Advisory services offered through Capital Wealth Advisors, LLC, a state of Utah registered investment advisor. Firm may not give tax advice.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs change, kids grow, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you notice. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices in perfect harmony, and you get the best equipment, no annual contract, no fees, no strings. So even though the kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and the price stays put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Any Hour Services free furnace sale is going on right now. If you haven't scheduled your free estimate yet, do it now. Call Any Hour Services today or schedule online at anyhourservices.com.
This is MyMinute.com. These days when you go somewhere, you have to gird yourself to get on a plane. You almost expect to be delayed. You're even on the lookout for anyone who might have a meltdown. And this is while you're still sitting in the terminal. But once you walk down that jetway, miracles happen. Oh yes, because the newest travel hack is to whisper a prayer to the deity known as Jetway Jesus.
Will you worship the Lord with us?
Take this typical flight out of Mexico that was delayed not because of weather or scheduling issues, but because 25 passengers requested wheelchairs to get them down the jetway and onto the plane. These people have figured out they don't have to wait for the flight attendant to call Zone 8. They don't have to scramble and squeeze their bags into overstuffed overheads. All they have to do is request a wheelchair to roll them aboard, and they get their seats before everybody else gets on the plane.
Oh, happy day.
You don't have to provide any proof of infirmity. Just fill out a form and the wheelchair is provided as a courtesy. The Wall Street Journal reports that sometimes on a flight with 130 passengers, there are 50 people requesting wheelchairs. And here's where Jetway Jesus comes in. When that same plane lands and it's time to disembark, everybody's cured. Hallelujah, they can walk.
He taught me how. He taught me how.
So the next time you fly and encounter a delay, count the wheelchairs and then count the number of people who need them to get off the plane at the end. Hallelujah, the number will not be the same. Can I get an amen?
Jeff Kaplan's Minute of News, only on KSL News Radio.
Here it is, traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. Earn 4.24% on savings at UCCU.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
2 crashes on northbound I-15. The first is in the Bluffdale-Draper area, approaching 146 South on the left. And there is some heavy and slow traffic going from Bluffdale up to the Bangerter Highway exit. The second crash on northbound I-15 is as you're approaching the I-80-201 junction, about 2100 South. They have opened up the HOV lane, but not before slowdowns have set in from just back to 33rd South up to 1300 South. These are all in addition to the typical delays we're seeing on southbound I-15, 45th South, off and on through Sandy and Draper. If you're traveling any major roadways in Davis County, well, it's southbound I-15 where traffic is getting bogged down, and that's going from the I-84 junction in Riverdale through Roy. Eric?
Bangerter Highway, southbound, south of the airport, just past the 700 South intersection. It's going to slow down there, and it's going to stay kind of slow in spots all the way down to 4100 South. You got southbound Mountain View corridor slowing in the typical spot, approaching 35th South and 5600 South for southbounders. That's slow from California down to the 201 highway. Down to Utah County, I-15 is in a normal travel mode from Point of the Mountain down to Spanish Fork. You're looking at a 24-minute trek. Step aboard history, walk through recreations, see real artifacts, and feel the legacy of Titanic. The exhibition open now at the shops at Southtown and Sandy. Tickets at thetitanicexhibition.com. Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
Looking at a beautiful spring-like day today. Mostly sunny skies, high of 67, but a bit breezy out of the west. Overnight, 44, mostly clear to partly cloudy. We'll keep it partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 69 and breezy. 65, a little bit cooler on Saturday, mostly cloudy skies. We drop off to 50 by Sunday. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
A gorgeous 68 degrees, but the wind at 15 miles an hour in Salt Lake City. We have basketball, BYU versus Houston, pregame at 4 o'clock. Tip-off is at 5 right here on KSL News Radio. You can listen, by the way, on the KSL News Radio app on your phone. This is Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation.
I went back east last week to see family. I ate a ton of Italian food, gained a few pounds. So I jumped right back on Salt Lake City fat loss when I got home, and here I am, right back at my goal weight. No injections, no synthetic hormones, none of the horrible side effects, and no long-term dependency. I don't have to spend $5,000 a year because, if you stop the injections, it's really common to regain the weight. So instead, I signed up with Salt Lake City Fat Loss and dropped 32 pounds over the summer. The best part, it only took 6 weeks. This is a doctor-developed program that helps men and women lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 60 days, safely and naturally with real food that resets your metabolism so you burn fat, not muscle. So if you want a safe, affordable alternative to the injections, I can't recommend them enough. Go to slcfatloss.com. Schedule a 15-minute phone consultation. There's no pressure. I kept the weight off for 7 months. You should go to slcfatloss.com and keep the weight off for good.
Hi, this is Doug Wright. You know I love to talk about shopping at NPS, a nice place to save. And it's fun to talk about all the treasures and the unique things that are out there in the store, but I want to focus on the groceries. When we take our grandkids in there, we love to go into the grocery section because they see candies and fun items and treats that, honestly, some of them they've never seen before. Of feeding our families, NPS, boy, they can really save you money. As you know, throughout the store, 20 to 70% off everything every single day. But boy, they have additional savings that are almost unbelievable. So whether you're shopping for the absolute basics or you're looking for fun things for the grandkids or something for an upcoming party, NPS can really save you money. There are 4 locations, the 2 stores in Salt Lake, 1 in Layton, 1 in Orem. That's NPS.
Buying a home or refinancing can be complicated. So who do you call? Who's trustworthy, has decades of experience, and can get you a loan done quickly? Who will work hard for you to find the great rate and reasonable closing costs? The answer's clear. Loans by Rick. Right now, Loans by Rick is giving a 30-year fixed rate at 5.5% and a 15-year fixed at just 4.625%.
He can't do that.
Oh, yes, he can. For over 25 years, Rick has helped people navigate the mortgage process and get the financing they need to buy a home or refinance. That even includes paying off debt with a cash-out refi. And because Loans by Rick works with over 80 bank and lending relationships, we shop multiple lenders to find you the very best deal. Whether you're buying a home or refinancing, call Loans by Rick at 801-809-SAVE. That's 801-809-SAVE, or visit loansbyrick.com. Rick Mom, NMLS 241179, Vintage Lending, NMLS 287106, Equal Housing Lender, 30-year APR 5.78%, 15-year APR 4.78%. Some restrictions apply.
KSL News Time 345. The three things you need to know this hour first.
One person is now in the hospital after crashing their car into a West Valley City home. The two people living there are now trying to figure out where to stay until it's repaired. I'm KSL News Radio's Adam Small.
Second, the Corey Richins defense rested today without calling any witnesses. The jury's been instructed to discuss the case with no one until they meet again come Monday. Third, our biggest traffic trouble spot.
That's northbound I-15. We have a crash near 146 South, adding to the delays going from the point of the mountain to Bangerter Highway. Another crash northbound I-15 approaching 2100 South. And again, part of the delays going from Murray all the way to 1300 South. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
60s return to the forecast, maybe even a 70. I'm Matt Johnson.
68 at the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios now. Our top national stories.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. In Michigan, police say the armed suspect who rammed a vehicle into the Temple Israel Synagogue in West Bloomfield Township is dead after he was met by security. Police say there were no other injuries. In a social media post, the FBI Detroit field office says it held an active shooter prevention and preparedness training for the staff and clergy at Temple Israel in January. And in Virginia, the FBI terror attack. ABC's Aaron Kotursky has more.
The authorities are pretty certain at this point this was an intentional ramming of a synagogue, and combined with an apparently ISIS-inspired individual at Old Dominion University. These are very worrying times and just the kind of threats that law enforcement officials have been concerned about with the nation at war.
Norfolk police in Virginia say one victim died on campus. 2 others were injured. The gunman also dead. This is ABC News.
KSL News Time 348. Rumors are spreading in Weber County that the 30-year-old transfer station will be closing. KSL News Radio's Britt Johnson has more.
Weber County Community Development Department Director Sean Wilkinson says despite posts on local Facebook pages, he wants to assure people they're going to do all that they can to stay open.
We'd love to keep that going. It's just we've got to make sure it works financially. The county can't lose money on this because it's an enterprise fund. So we operate off of the money that we generate. There are no taxes involved.
Wilkinson says they've been transparent that they've been struggling with revenue after a competing transfer station opened a year ago. So the plan is to make big changes and scale back their operation. They won't be able to have as many trucks in operation or as many employees. Britt Johnson, KSL News Radio.
USU researchers are working on a program to help parents get their babies into more follow-up visits for their hearing. KSL News Radio's Brianna Willis here.
Only a quarter of families whose babies failed a hearing screening bring the baby back for a follow-up visit, says Allison Ward, a senior researcher at Utah State. Missing these visits can prevent them from getting access to early communication intervention.
Those mile markers are important throughout the child's life because communication is so vital to being connected to others and connected to the world. And so we just are really wanting to give these infants their best chances at success.
Ward and her team will be producing a curriculum to train navigators who will work personally with these families and healthcare providers to show them the next steps. The navigators will start their programs in Idaho, Texas, Kentucky, and Arkansas. Brianna Willis, KSL News Radio.
Starting this weekend, TSA employees will be getting $0 paychecks thanks to the partial government shutdown. ABC's Sherry Preston with a look at how they're coping.
TSA agent Aaron Barker is a union rep at the airport in Atlanta and says of his colleagues,
they are having to make very tough decisions as to, do I put gas in my car to report to work? Do I pay my daycare bill? I mean, they don't even have the money to do that.
This weekend, the people searching your bags and making sure you're safe in the skies will get paychecks totaling $0. The partial government shutdown so bad that several airports, including those in Las Vegas, Denver, and Cleveland, are opening food banks and handing out grocery store gift cards to those in need. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
KSL News Time 349. We have traffic and weather together. Brought to you by UCCU. Direct deposit gets you $300. Love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
If you're making your way southbound on I-15, delays have started setting in early, and they're almost filling in the entire stretch of southbound I-15 between 3900 South in South Salt Lake to just past Bangerter Highway on the way to Bluffdale. Then northbound I-15, we have an accident near 146 South. It's crowded and slow in that area, but the crash is over to the left shoulder. And then more slowing northbound I-15 between 45th South and about 2100 South, where right there we have an accident involving multiple vehicles on the left shoulder. If you continue northbound I-15, a little bogged down after 6 North to the north interchange, clear after that to Ogden, but southbound I-15, heavy and slow, Riverdale into Sunset. Eric?
We seem to be having an early rush in Utah County with southbound slowings already in Provo, heading away from University Avenue, going down into Springville, and then in Springville itself, approaching 400 South. If you're trying to head westbound from I-15, we've got some slowdowns already, 2100 North from the freeway over to 3600 West, and then over on Pioneer Crossing, though not as bad here, from Mill Pond Road, heading out towards 500 West. If you're in Eagle Mountain, you've got eastbound and westbound slowdowns approaching Sunset Drive. Homeowners, Gillette Services is putting $1,000 in your pocket with a rebate on new installations, and you pay nothing until 2027. Call 385-GET-HEAT for your free estimate. Comfort now, pay later. Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL 7-day forecast has some warm weather ahead. 67 today, mostly sunny skies, breezy. Tomorrow, pushing 70, partly cloudy skies, and a little bit breezy. More cloud cover on Saturday, 65. Shallow cold front Saturday night into Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, 50 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Then we bounce back to 65, partly cloudy skies on Monday. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 74. We climb to record warmth by next Wednesday, 79. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
Your 7-day forecast brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful, 68 degrees. Look, Jeff Caplan's Afternoon News is usually a 4-hour show. These 1-hour shows are kind of addictive. But we get a full show tomorrow. Even if the Cougs win, not getting ahead of myself, but even if the Cougs win, the game will be at 6:30 tomorrow night. Anyway, we're going to pave way for the pregame show at 4 o'clock. It's 3:53 at KSL. I have some good news for you today. Pay attention, pull over, whatever. American Home Loans has lowered their mortgage rates to only 5.5% on 30-year loans and 4 3/4 for 15 years. Yes, 5.5% fixed. But wait, what if rates go down again? No problem. Once you're a customer with American Home Loans, you don't have to worry about paying closing costs every time you refinance. That's right. Every time rates drop by 0.25% or more, they'll refinance you at no cost to you. Zero, zilch, nada. For details, call 801-262-2221. 262-2221. So now you can purchase a home or refinance at only 5.5% on 30 years and 4 3/4 on 15 years. And then if rates drop later, you can refinance at no cost to you. Call American Home Loans at 801-262-2221. 262-2221 or go to AmericanHomeLoans.com. AmericanHomeLoans.com. NMLS 245422, APR 5.8 30-year and 5% 15-year. Terms and conditions apply.
The weather is about to warm up. That means lawn care. Wouldn't you love a greener, healthier lawn without the hassle? Utah's tough climate doesn't make it easy, but J&J Garden Center has the answer to make it simple. So simple, you can do it yourself. The 5-step lawn care program at J&J Garden Center with Basin's Best Fertilizer is designed just for Utah's unique climate, giving you a thicker, stronger, weed-free lawn all season long. It's easy to apply, affordable, and covers up to 10,000 square feet. Just follow the simple 5-step plan and let Basin's Best Fertilizer do the rest and take the guesswork out of your lawn care. DIY and save big. No expensive lawn services needed. Get started today at J&J Garden Center and watch your lawn turn green with envy. Visit J&J Garden Center in Layton and get growing today. Just take the Layton Parkway exit to Main Street and head west on Gentile. J&J Garden Center. Country grown, to your home.
J&J Garden Centers. Get a professional-grade lawn with their 5-step program.
Amanda, I've got a cruise planned in a couple of months, and I was thinking about the other people who may have cruises planned coming up a few months from now, and why right now would be the best time for them to begin their weight loss journey on Soda Weight Loss.
If you started right now, you could lose 20, 30, 40 pounds before June.
That's right.
I lost 37 pounds in 3 months, 3.5 years ago. And the beauty about soda is it's not a quick fix. This is learning that is going to last you the rest of your life and help you be healthy.
Your clothes fit better, your energy comes back, you don't get winded going upstairs.
Yeah.
Things that maybe you don't even realize. When I let go of 70 pounds in 5 months, it felt like a transformation.
You learn what works for your body so you don't get addicted to shots or drugs. You just work with a nutritionist who's going to teach you how to keep the weight off for a lifetime.
Right now, you should go check out sodaweightloss.com, see all the thousands of before and after pictures, or speak with a nutritionist by giving a call 866-800-SODA.
Soda Weight Loss. Join us for a short time to have results that last a lifetime.
Oil reached past $100 today. We're watching Utah's money, and the Dow was down 739 points. The S&P fell 103, the NASDAQ tumbling 404 points. Time for Cougar Tracks, brought to you by Advanced Window Products. High-quality, affordable replacement windows, Jimmer approved. Check out their Window Mania. Here's BYU insider Mitch Harper.
BYU's run in the Big 12 tournament rolls on. In the latest victory, it was a defensive masterclass as BYU crushed West Virginia 68-48 to advance to the conference tournament quarterfinals. A.J. DiBonsa had another star performance, scoring 27 points, grabbing 7 rebounds, and dishing out 3 assists. Head coach Kevin Young has complete trust in his star freshman as the postseason continues.
I think he's the best player in college basketball. I think he proves it every single night. This guy brings it on both ends of the floor. And then what's great is he's able to find guys like Moo. You know, Moo's been taking really good shots, making huge shots for us.
BYU is back in action tonight as they take on Big 12 powerhouse Houston. Tip-off is set for 5 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 4 p.m. right here on KSL. With Cougar Tracks from Kansas City, I'm Mitch Harper on your legacy home of the BYU Cougars. KSL News Radio.
What's up, Utah? This is Jimmer Fredette. You know, back in the day, Jimmer Mania was all about making big shots. Now it's time for Window Mania. Get $2,500 off when you buy 10 windows or more from Advanced Window Products. Call them today at 801-850-9100. If your old drafty windows are a turnover, costing you money every month, it's time for a game changer. These guys are the home team. They're a local, family-owned company that manufactures their windows right here in Salt Lake City. They're built by Utah for our crazy Utah climate. When you buy from Advanced Window Products, you're buying factory direct. No middleman. That's how you score a winning deal. Their windows are tough on defense, blocking out the heat and the cold, which saves you serious money on your energy bills. And here's the slam dunk. Their lifetime warranty, which even covers accidental glass breakage, that's peace of mind you can't get from the other guys. Get in on Window Mania and tell them Jimmer sent you. Call 801-850-9100 or advancedwindows.com.
Any Hour Services free furnace sale is going on right now. If you haven't scheduled your free estimate yet, do it now. Call Any Hour Services today or schedule online at anyhourservices.com.
Traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. Up to $500 for loan transfers. Love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
If you're making your way southbound on I-15, we do have a slow drive already waiting for you with delays as you go from 2100 south to the near the I-80 junction, but solid Murray into Bangerter. And a KSL texter saying some more slowing, heavier traffic south of Provo into Springville. Eric?
Highway slow earlier than usual and in a place you don't usually get it. That's southbound between University Avenue and Provo, 1400 north in Springville. Common Spirit, hospitals, clinics, and caregivers all connected to advanced healthcare in Colorado, Kansas, and Utah. Healthcare with Human Kindness is here. Hello, Human Kindness. I'm Eric Butler in the KSL Traffic Center.
Traffic and weather together on the 9s. It's going to be 69 degrees tomorrow, so this continues. But after that, it cools off for the weekend, 62 with clouds on Saturday, clouds on Sunday, and a high only 50 degrees. BYU Big 12 pregame starts in just a moment.
FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks? Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you
of the new skid, BYU Sports Network. BYU Cougars basketball is on the air.
AJ, okay, move, finds move for three left side. Yes!
This is Mountain America Cougar pregame live. Mountain America, the official credit union of BYU Athletics. Getting you ready for BYU versus Houston. Here's your host, Matt Biamonte.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are located.